Are you like?
Somehow I'm not getting your code repos, sir. I don't know why.
I did not send your code last class.
No, that zip one, I'm not getting it. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I forgot.
Hmm.
Actually, I'm not. I actually make the zip. So, but I forgot to send that.
Okay.
Okay, so I and today I will send.
Sure.
Sorry. So, uh, did you like my sessions?
Yes, sir.
I need some reviews,
Sure, sure.
good and positive reviews in details,
Sure.
because that is my uh, that gives me some benefits.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Uh, because if you liking my training session and really helpful, so then it is
Mm-hmm.
your review also helpful
Yeah.
for me. Get some new students. Okay, so okay, let's
And
start.
where should I give that feedback, sir?
Reviews.
Ah, yeah.
Actually, mostly mm, two sections I required. One is in the Google section. Google have my three accounts.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, two accounts mostly, two business accounts. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, I need both of them, and one another thing is Urban Pro because it is also important for me at this moment.
Okay, okay.
These two sections are required
Sure.
to get. And if you want, then you can give me some
Sure,
recommendation in
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn
yeah.
also. Okay, so let's start. Okay, actually, did you know DevOps?
DevOps, yeah, I know.
Okay, that's good. React. Kubernetes, you know?
Kubernetes, yeah.
Okay. Actually, I think you mostly working with backend side, right?
Backend side, yeah. It's all like batch processes and things like that we have. But we do have like UI kind where it's not like too many requests or something like that that would come.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have like user interfaces, and currently it is on Angular JS, but we want to move to React.
Okay. Actually, in your company, AngularJS are working, or
Yeah,
okay. Oh, so AngularJS not a Angular is not a JS. Angular is Angular only. Okay, because Angular work with TypeScript language.
correct. Yeah.
Okay, so for actually when they are moved with Angular 2, from that time they are already declared it is not Angular JS, it is only Angular.
Okay. I think we were using very old version, which is like called as Angular JS, but
Oh,
mostly after the version upgrade, we are calling it as Angular, as you
okay,
mentioned.
okay. Because Angular one version is Angular JS.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
and that library are created by JS mm, mostly, and
Okay.
that Angular JS version, JS one version also available at right now, and you Angular and JS means I think still it is here. Okay,
Hmm.
it is Angular JS, and this Angular JS actually uh, if we are created the Angular JS, so it is look like jQuery library.
Hmm.
Okay.
What is jQuery, sir? Like, I'm hearing it is required, I think, right? Like for web interfaces and all. Is it
Uh,
like
Actually,
querying some data or something?
no. Actually, it is help us to build front end uh, development. Mostly, when we need some DOM manipulation, if we want to create
Mm-hmm.
some designs, so that time we need jQuery. Uh, but this jQuery mostly obsolete at this moment because um, most of the designers not working with jQuery right now because
Mm.
jQuery not so much big library, but at this moment it is not required because JavaScript much enough capable to handle everything
Mm-hmm.
because it is released first release 2006,
Mm.
and when it is released, so that time browsers have some not a similar type of things. Every browsers
Mm.
maintain different type of standards. So
Mm-hmm.
for that particular reason, they are not. If any JavaScript developer want to create something in the browser,
Mm.
so that time they actually face so many problems. So for that
Mm.
particular problems are solved with jQuery. But at this
Mm-hmm.
moment, jQuery does not require so much. So,
Mm.
but as their claim, 10 million websites, popular websites are users. Almost 77% sites are
Mm.
using jQuery. Okay. But this data actually as per 2022. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
But in recent data, actually they are not using jQuery completely because
Mm.
like um, Bootstrap actually try to use with jQuery, but at
Mm-hmm.
this moment Bootstrap are actually leave the jQuery support.
Mm-hmm.
So for that purpose, jQuery users are currently very lower than before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
jQuery library was the good, but that means basically jQuery is a library, but this time it is not
Mm.
using so much. And this AngularJS also another library.
Correct.
It is working as a library, but it
Mm.
is good, but it is only AngularJS. But if you
Mm.
try to use Angular, then this is the Angular.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Okay, this is Angular. This is not AngularJS.
Mm.
This is the difference between the Angular and AngularJS. Okay, so let's start. So our project actually already started. Uh, so, what happened? npm run dev. Okay, so here is the contact page, and
Mm.
when we are creating the contact page, so then we need to be create the contact form there. So here we are actually using the Daisy UI. So for that purpose, we can see some Daisy UI documentations to building our form section.
Mm.
Okay, so go to the uh, Daisy UI, and here we can get some input label or input section. Okay, so here is the input field. Okay, so this is our input field, which is
Mm.
designed by the jQuery by the Daisy UI. Actually, thing is, this kind of UI are m- basically designed by the Bootstrap first, and Bootstrap are actually developed by the Twitter. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that's called Twitter Bootstrap first. So Twitter currently replaced with the X.com. So Bootstrap also supported with them, But mainly thing is this kind of UI or this kind of class names actually comes from the uh, bootstrap class. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but currently tailwind css are most popular at this moment.
Mm.
And most of the times if we are using tailwind css, so our css structure are more better than
Mm-hmm.
raw css. So for that particular reason, uh, I am using Daisy UI to implement our
Okay.
UI. Okay, because it is most more flexible and more better
Mm-hmm.
than Bootstrap. Okay, so if we are creating any input element, so this is the
Mm.
our input element, and we can use it as a JSX input.
Mm.
Okay, so actually when we are creating some form, so different type of process we can use form designing. So right now I just go to the section. Okay, and one thing I wanted to mention, because here we can not see any h1 tag uh, like design. We are not seeing
Mm.
here. So actually, problem is when we are using tailwind CSS, so every kind of uh, elements uh, actually flatten with their research CSS, because research CSS means actually every type of elements does not have any special type of identically uh, changes. That called reset CSS. Okay.
Oh, didn't get it, sir.
Basically, thing is uh, H1 tag is more bigger
Bigger, yeah,
than other
yeah,
any other text.
correct,
Okay, and H2 smaller than H1,
correct.
H3 smaller than H2.
Yep.
So this is the identically changes between every kind of uh, HTML tags.
Mm.
Okay, so every kind of HTML tags when we are using, so there have some basic uh, identically uh, styling.
Ah,
Uh,
right.
um,
Different styles for different tags.
Between different tags are actually there,
Ah.
but when we are using tailwind CSS, so there have no identically styling.
Oh, there is no differentiation, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
There have
okay,
no any identically difference
okay.
between any tags. So that
Got
is
it.
actually called resets. That's called
Okay.
resets, because if you have any kind of styling in any uh, HTML tags, so
Mm.
when you are when you want to create some UI design, so maybe some spec some HTML default styling give you some problems to make
Mm. Mm.
proper design. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so for that purpose, when we custom CSS are writing, so that time we are actually creating a, default CSS created by manually. Okay, default CSS means
Mm.
mostly we are default removing some margin paddings. Uh,
Mm.
we are uh, resets for every elements in the HTML. Every
Mm.
HTML elements we are remove margin padding, default margin padding uh,
Mm.
with the some CSS. Okay, so that is called resets, because
Okay.
that type of things we need to be required. What kind of things I do previously? I just give you some sample. So
Uh-huh.
when we are creating some resets, so that time star is means every elements
Mm.
in our uh, uh, in our HTML body section. If we are
Mm.
creating this kind of things, so that is means every element should have not any margin or padding, and
Mm-hmm.
also their behavior, like box sizing. Box sizing is a
Mm.
some uh, custom CSS styling,
Mm-hmm.
and this is actually give us to building this kind of thing, because when we are set up it, so right now you can see the effect. Margin padding
Oh,
all
okay.
are resets. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
actually when we write some syntaxes, so before write any syntax, this kind of syntax are required
Okay.
to implement. But at this moment we are using only tailwind CSS, so for
Mm.
that particular purpose I did not record any type of any research option at this moment. So we are
Got it,
already
got it. It is taking care of all these paddings and things like that.
uh, everything set up as a resets. Okay,
Okay.
but uh, if it is resets everything, but sometimes we have to give some identically uh, styling some CSS properties like h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, and so on. Okay, so there are so many actually elements are there, and for that elements I need actually we need some identically uh, changes. So like h1, if we are using the h1, so that time we need some this
Mm.
type of resets are required. Also if we are create h2, so
Mm.
that time we can applying this kind of thing. Okay, if we are creating h3, so that time we can use this.
Mm.
Okay, so
Okay, okay,
this is actually some identically changes.
okay.
Okay, but underline does not require. So this time I just remove all the
Mm.
underlines. So if we are creating any kind of h1 tag, h2 tag, h3
Mm.
tag,
Mm.
whatever, so that elements should have some own styling
Got it.
uh, by
Mm.
users. Okay, so
Mm.
this is actually thing which is actually required. Okay, so this all are h1 and to h6 tags, which is are set up as per our needs. Okay,
Mm.
so this is some research are required.
Mm.
Also, we can applying some anchor tag behavior, like this. If we are creating any anchor tag here, so that time that anchor tag should highlights as a
Mm-hmm.
blue color. This is actually required. So when applying this, sorry, when I applying this, so after this, this all the URLs are uh, created as a link tag, and that link tag highlighted as a blue. Okay,
Got it.
so it is actually optional, not required every time. So I just comment out here, and it is look like normal. Okay, today I want to discuss how can create the contact form. So when we are create the contact form, so here we can create a div, class name and class grid. We can create here, and after that, if we want to try some designs, so here we can do that also. Okay, so this kind of cards, actually we already have some uh, type of card designs also here. Okay, but these cards are not reusable in process. It is not
Mm-hmm.
reusable at this moment. So for that particular reason, I just simply use input parameter. Okay, and after this input parameters, we can see the some CSS are give us to see. So now we can see this particular
Okay.
element design, which is actually comes from this,
Mm.
come from here. But As per Taylor CSS, okay, sorry, not Taylor CSS, as per Daisy UI, they are recommended it as a input. So
Hmm.
here is a input and
Hmm.
input border. So okay, so thing is, why actually getting this kind of section are here? Because here I am using the grid section, and this
Hmm.
for this grid, if we are using the multiple elements like this, like this, and it is actually spread as a
Oh,
four line,
okay.
four grid. So it
Hmm.
is actually um, pa-
Columns and like
it is
okay, we
actually
are
row.
checking how
It is
columns
it
will
is
be.
it is actually creating rows.
Right, right.
Okay, so for that particular reason, it is not very helpful for us. Okay, uh, so
And if we have to give name for each, right? It's basically, I would say, as a user input, let's say, right? If I'm creating a grid of like six types, six rows basically.
okay, so this is actually at this moment I am not given any types here. Okay,
Mm.
just I writing some label like this. Okay, and try to name. Just I uh, put your uh, your name. Okay, like this, and after that, if we want to bind with this particular property with the label, so first I need to be save it. Want to see this is the actually label, and then we can see the property. Okay, but when we are
Mm.
click over the name section, so
Mm.
how can selecting this property? So for that purpose, it is actually id call name. Okay, and this particular label uses for name, and actually normal HTML tag we are using it as a for, but
Mm-hmm.
at this moment it is actually used in React. So for that particular purpose, it is called HTML for, because
So
uh,
you need to assign it to a particular property, and from there you need to bind it to get the input so that you can use it later purpose. In the
yes,
sense like,
not later. Actually, if we are clicking here in this
mm,
particular section, then it is focused.
mm. But
Be-
earlier also it was focusing, right?
no,
Like
no, no,
no?
no, no. Actually, if you remove it from here,
Ah,
okay,
okay.
after it is not focusing. I just clicking here, so only just focus. It is this particular text are focusing, not this input field are focused.
If you click on the input field, it's not doing anything.
No, if we are
It is.
creating an input field, it is working okay. But
Ah.
when we are clicking on the label field, so that time it is not focusing.
So you mean to say that whenever if you click on your name, it should populate automatically. For that, you are binding it, is
No,
it?
no, not popular. Actually, thing is, uh, sometimes we are tap on uh, label section. Okay, sometimes,
Ah.
sometimes it is not all the time we are tapping on level. So
Ah.
if we are
So
tap,
you're saying that your name is a level
your name is the label tag, and
level tag. Okay.
when we are using the when we are tapping on a level tap, so
Hmm.
after tapping on level tap, it is directly highlighting on the focus section,
Okay. Okay.
input section actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'm
so
just let me just write that.
So for that particular purpose, we need to be bind it with this kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. Once
Level tag. Okay. Okay, 1 second. This is cap income. Now, what did have to say? I need to first create a grid, right? Um,
obviously we need to be create some deep wrapper. It is actually working as a wrapper.
yeah, but I have given.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Okay. No, actually, I try to checking my setup, voice setup.
Oh, okay, okay.
Actually, when I getting classes, so that time my microphone are attaching with my laptop.
So I'm saying class name should be. I have already given a class name for that in cap income. Okay, 1 second. I'm sharing my screen. So now I'm saying like this, okay?
Hmm.
So you're saying already there is a class name over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you want me to create another class name?
No, does not require.
Okay. So how do I create the grid?
Actually, grid is a another class name, so does not require grid at this moment because I am not creating grid also in my screen. So I just share my screen.
Input, right?
Mm. And you see my screen right now.
One
Just
second. Yeah.
so actually I am not create at this moment grid. Grid actually applying previously, but at this moment I just simply use form control. But this form control class are not available at this moment. So I just give some space uh, top and bottom. So for that particular reason I just give some m means margin uh, for top and bottom section.
Okay.
And also I can create another input, copy this uh, input property with this input property. Okay.
1 second, 1 second. I'm just trying something. Label. I'm saying class name is equal to. And you have copied this from Tailwind, right? Daisy UI, right?
Yes.
Sorry, let me go to Daisy UI. Okay, 1 sec. I'm sharing my screen.
How to use?
Yeah, yeah, I clicked on it. I know. So,
Go to the
input form, right?
yes, field input field input field. Scroll down. Scroll down. Sorry. Scroll up. Here.
Yeah. Text input. I just copied this. Okay.
Before
So
it.
if I do this, okay. Oh, where is? Oh, sorry. 1 second. Let me change that. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Okay, like this
But
I'm getting.
what kind of background color is there?
It is some indigo blue or something like that I had put.
But it is not seen good.
I know, I know, I know it's not good. I'll remove that.
No, no, not
What I was, I
not
mean, I
everything
was
removed required. Just you remove the only class name, only class part.
okay,
You can remove. Just okay.
okay, got it. Now I need to bind this particular one. One second, where was cap income, right? I need to bind this to a
With the label,
label. Okay.
label label. Okay. Yes.
HTML for is equal
HTML
to
for uses only that time when you are using ID into the input field.
yeah, here I need to say
ID. If you are using ID tag into the HTML section, so that time you can use HTML for.
HTML for cap income. Okay.
Okay. And also you can use some.
Oh,
Actually, you can use. It is okay. It is fine.
but I want this one up, no?
Yes. Where is the problem? The problem is you are using some class name, line number five. Line number five. These
Ah,
class name are not properly work with you. So you just remove home text x, uh, not everything, not everything. Just hold it. Just remove only, and here just put something my. Remove it first. Also remove the home class. Remove the home class because this is not required. M means margin, Y means Y axis, and after that you can use some 1 2 3 uh, whatever you can put some value. Only this, only this. Just okay. Just remove the extra. Okay, and after removing it, you can see the thing.
yeah, but
Okay, and why it is the problem? Because you can also set up it. Mm, mm, what is the problem here actually? Okay, so in the cap income, on line number 4, class, uh, is any type of CSS are using in cap income class?
mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. So let's go to the line number 5 after my4, my4 in, and give some space. Here you need to be use flex, use flex, and after that space flex call, flex call, flex call only. Okay. Uh, okay. Save.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is what you're saying here.
Hmm.
Instead of like typing here, if they
It is
should be able to click here and then get
then
it.
then highlighted it. Okay.
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 And what is this flex call?
Flex call means column.
Okay.
Normal flex are presented our UI as a row setup, side
Uh-huh.
by side, and when you are creating flex call, so that time top to bottom.
Oh, okay, okay.
UI
Mm-hmm.
designing are reverse, yeah, or changed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, okay.
Got it.
Okay. So also you can see my screen in the script. When you are creating any kind of design, so if you sorry, if you try it full size, so that time you need to be use w full to
Mm.
use this as a full.
Mm.
Okay, but
But here you have not given your that flex call and all, right? How
actually
is
actually why not required, maybe it's handled, because it is handled internally. If not handled, so that time we need to be fixed up. At this
mm-hmm.
moment it is actually handling. Why? Because it's full right now. If we are not using
Oh, okay.
maybe if we are not using it full
Uh-huh.
wide, so then it is
Oh, okay, okay.
seen it
Makes sense.
like this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so for that particular reason, if you are using it as a full, so then it is uh,
Mm-hmm.
set as like this. Okay, you got to understand. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah, okay. So actually thing is, this is the actually process to write our HTML syntaxes code, but this is our input fields, and like email, we can set up here, and also
Mm.
change email, mm, email to highlight this. So if we are
Mm-hmm.
tab on the label, so
Got
then
it.
these particular fields are highlighted. Okay, also we can and one more thing I see on your screen, when I highlight on this particular class, you did not get any focusing this kind of CSS styling.
Mm-hmm.
You did not understand what kind of CSS are writing in this class. You did not get the proper
Right, right.
identification.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually comes from one plugins, and you need to be set up some plugins from here,
Okay,
and
okay,
that called tailwind.
okay.
Tailwind
Nice.
CSS plugins are required to get the highlights of the CSS property, CSS classes property.
Where is that? Like marketplace, is it?
Extensions. This is the extensions icon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This tailwind
Tailwind
CSS
CSS. Okay.
intelligence are required to
Okay.
get this kind of highlights. What
Got
type
it.
of data inputs are here? So these input borders are not required, because in this particular input border uh, does not have any um, value.
Mm-hmm.
So for that particular reason, I just remove the input border from here.
Mm-hmm. I installed the Tailwind. Okay.
Tailwind
But
CSS.
still, I'm not getting.
Actually, you need to be restart your ID
Ah.
one,
Oh, is it okay? Fine.
and after that, your uh, input values are will be
Mm-hmm.
showing.
Got it.
Okay, it is actually required, because sometimes we did not know what kind of styling are
Mm.
actually here in this, in
Mm.
background this class. So if we get some understanding, yes, this kind of things are actually there, so
Okay.
that time we can be prepared very much
Yeah.
efficiently.
Right.
Okay, so this time we are using name, email, and another things we can use uh, text area for the message. Okay, so your message, I mean SSIG message, and uh, this time it is not using as a input field, it is converted with the text area. Okay,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
and also text area have ending sections are required. Okay, because
Mm.
this is the actually text area uh, type, and this types also does not required at this moment, but this is called message, so this message need to be connected with this particular.
What is the difference between input type is equal to, okay, so we are taking the input and text area message.
Text area
That is also your
it is
message only, right? Like input only, right?
it is actually you can see this
Oh,
message section can be bigger than uh,
uh-huh.
input field. Input field actually uses for the one line text.
Got it.
uh,
Makes sense. Makes
but
sense.
if you want multi-line content, so that time you
Mm.
need to be use text
Text
area.
area.
Okay,
Okay.
and here we can use multi-line content in between there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and if we are use some height, uh, h h means height. Okay, and
Mm.
then we can see the height, how many heights,
Lines we will allow and
uh,
all. Okay.
how many lines or heights you can allow. So just you can simply mention
Okay.
there. Okay, this is only 12, and if you want to 15 or 18 whatever, so that
Mm.
time you can see some bigger
Mm.
than. Okay, after that we can use a button, mm, a button,
Submit button.
and that is submit button
Mm.
here. And this is our actually form structure which is required, and this form structure actually wrap with another tag which is called form. Okay, this
Mm-hmm.
form are required to submit our data uh, to the browser. I think you know
Mm.
about this.
Mm.
So this is the actually sections are required to submitted our form data.
Mm.
But when we are submitted our form data through this way, so if we are using this kind of thing, so after input field, we also require some name uh, attribute are required, which is actually pointing as a form variable.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are use this thing
But
here,
we already have ID, right?
no, actually ID and name is different.
Mm-hmm.
ID is uses for the identification of your HTML tag. Okay, and
Mm.
that identifications gives you to manage uh, only front end purpose. But
Mm-hmm.
if
So
you try
these
to
other names will go to the backend as
if you
the
are
API.
submitting the data through the
Okay.
form section, so that time your data catch from the uh, data from the name sections. So this is a name which is actually declaring some
Mm.
form values, uh, form values variable. It is actually form variable. I
Mm-hmm.
called it is form variables are mentioning like this way, because from this form value are submitted into the backend area. Okay, so once we are actually creating the form, and now we can submit, and when I try to submit, so after this we can see the uh, values of the name. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
which type of names we are setting, after that we can see this kind of thing. Otherwise, if you are not using any name property here, so you does not getting this kind of thing after submitting the form. Okay, so I just try, you did not see name section in to the name submission after form submission. Okay,
Mm. One
so
second. Can you tell again?
actually if we are not using these name sections,
Ah.
okay,
Mm.
so
Mm.
that name section property are not
Oh.
submitted.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so it is actually required if you are creating the name
Calling
property.
in. Okay. Mm.
After
Okay.
submitting your form, then you can see the
Uh-huh.
name property to submit the
Okay.
server side.
Mm-hmm.
Why I
Oh,
see,
very nice.
why I'm seeing this particular thing, because this time I am not using any form methods. Actually, in the here we are using two type of methods into the form section. One is the
Mm.
get, another is the post. If we are using post methods, so that after using post method, we are not seeing anything like this
Mm.
into the
Mm.
address bar area. But if we are using get method, so that time we can
At
see
that
the
time we would require, yeah.
that time we can see this particular thing.
Mm. Correct.
So this is the actually main difference, and post are more secure than get.
Correct.
Okay, if you sending some data uh, server side, so that time
Mm.
most of the time we are using the post methods
Mm.
using this way. Okay, okay.
Mm.
So here we can create a action and area, and after that we can use method. If we are using method, so after using this method we are not seeing anything in the browser, and now after creating this method, it's called could not find the contact
Yeah,
post section.
just 1 minute, sir. I'm just doing on my end also, whatever you have done. Then we said name also, right? I am giving input. Okay, name is equal to related account. Mm, plus name type is equal to text. Hosting account. Sorry. Why am I giving here? It should be combined account. And the next one would be submit tag, right?
Submit not tag, submit button.
Class name. I need to give
It is a submit button,
who.
but actually I remove it from here because we are working with ReactJS. So at this moment, this action methods are does not required. We are required on submit. If we are creating on submit, that
Oh,
time
okay.
we are required here some another function called
Uh-huh.
submit handler, handle submit like this, and then we are use this particular thing into this section.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so actually this time when we are submitting the form, so after that that form are disappearing from the uh, section, this in this section. So at this moment the uh, form default actions are not working.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but into this input field we can see the every kind of data value through this way, and after that if we are putting some value we can see the in the console section like Shivaji, and we can see the value from here
Mm-hmm.
through this way.
Okay.
E,
Then
e
we
means
were saying that, okay, then I need to give container form here. I need to give form. Okay. So now if that on that form, what you are saying is form on submit is what you're saying. Okay. On submit. Okay. Okay. But here it is giving me on submit like that only it is giving me. Is that?
Yes, it is actually E only giving you. I think this E are E
Mm,
means event. E means
mm,
event because this time you are performing some event binding.
mm,
Okay, with the on submit section.
mm,
On
mm,
submit is the event handler, and
mm,
this event means when submit button are clicking after submission, handle that submission through this function.
mm,
Okay, so it is the events actually, and in this event section we are collecting the data, event data
mm,
through this parameter, and after using this parameter we can see the target means this particular form targeting, and name binded with this particular name, and every property have value, because when get value from the input field, so that mention as a value. Okay,
mm,
value is the another attribute in the input section. Okay,
mm,
so if we get multiple data like const um, uh, form data like this. Okay, so e dot target, and this particular data can be put here to see our data. Okay, so what kind of things are here, just watching
but
here.
my button somehow that is coming very big. Am I not putting it correctly?
Can you share you can share your screen.
No, in your submit button,
Hmm.
can you show me your submit button?
This is
The
our
code? No, no, the code.
okay. This is our code. Button primary.
Button primary. Okay, I'm not giving that button primary. Okay, yeah. But it is coming very big for me. I don't know.
Actually, maybe you are uh, some maybe it's happening with your UIs are affecting whatever
Mm-hmm.
is there. Maybe pixels are affecting. You are using Windows, right?
Correct.
So maybe actually thing is in the Windows section and Mac sections have some pixel differentiation. Okay, so here have so much pixel are uses than your system. So
No, if you see here, okay, so this is primary button I have put.
hmm.
But here, if you
oh
see,
oh oh
it's coming like this.
I understood. Go to the code. Why it is getting, because here you are using flex call. Okay, but you did not see my code actually. You just see my code, what kind of things actually I'm doing.
Okay.
See, it is my one wrapper of label and uh, input field.
Oh,
It is
okay.
another wrapper. It is another
Uh-huh. I'm
wrapper.
giving everything in one div.
uh, and
Okay.
after that I just simply put the button field. So your problem comes from this section, because you are putting everything in one element.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hosting account. Yeah, now it is good.
Okay. You are doing everything?
Yeah, 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 I
Okay.
did.
Actually, when we put some data into the API section, so at this moment, every data getting from the e.target, and after that, we need to be set up that data into the form data section. And this
Mm,
form data section actually comes from the default HTML class. Okay,
mm,
this is not a React class. This is actually comes from the HTML class, and
mm.
after using this data, we can send our data through the API using uh, API fetch options. Okay, so I
Okay.
discuss about it in next classes.
Sure, sure.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
is actually form handling section, which is here actually. This is the form handling section, which is the so much basics. uh, Actually, we can use many ways handle the data,
Mm-hmm.
so it is much simpler than other process at this
Got
moment.
it.
Okay, but
Yeah.
also have some another types of form handling are also here. Okay,
Hmm.
so uh, today is our class, which is almost done.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will send you the source code,
Sure.
class 11 and class 12
Yeah.
also with you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.